Breaking news, folks. Yet another release by the WWE. Stay classy, folks. It is an announcer that has been part of the company since 2001. But if you pay attention to the programming, really has been phased out. And that is none other than Josh Mathews. Reminds me a lot of the exodus of Todd Grisham, who ended up on MTV. I mean, not MTV, on ESPN, of course. Still works there, but not really as high profile as Jonathan Coachman, who's one of their lead anchors there now. Josh Mathews, good interview in his day. Tried out for the original Tough Enough. I actually had brought that up in This Week in Wrestling History video about the first ever season of Tough Enough, and how Josh Mathews is really the only piece left from that original season, and now he's gone. Best of luck in his future endeavors. And honestly, I do believe this is best for business. Not that you want to see someone lose their job. But what was Josh Mathews really doing with the company at this point? Besides the fact that on the SmackDown and Raw commentary team, it's Cole, JBL, Lawler, kind of the same old. NXT, you have a lot of young announcers coming up, and you're starting to see that with Renee Young, and also Byron Saxton, who was part of the ECW, one of the broadcasters in the final months of ECW on Sci-Fi before it became NXT. So he's been around the company for a while. He's been more featured. I think he's good at what he does. Renee Young is incredible. I think she may be wooed by ESPN, and I've heard rumors that she might be, and also rumors that she's dating Dean Ambrose in real life, so props to Dean Ambrose. I don't know why he's so angry. You got Renee Young by his side. Anyway, I know why Josh Mathews is angry. He joins the now list of 12 names that have been cut recently. Also, I believe 3 British wrestlers, including Mason Ryan, released from NXT recently. And of course, the head writer, which was fired by Vince McMahon himself. Lot of cuts. The cuts continuing for the WWE. Like the great Bill Goldberg once said, who's next? And also, we can't forget Vicky Guerrero and her exodus of the WWE. I did want to get my thoughts out there. I wasn't sure if I was going to make a separate video on that, but considering that was Raw and it was a few days ago, I didn't want to dedicate an entire video, but I just wanted to say congratulations to Vicky Guerrero on an incredible 9-year run in the WWE. You know, when she was first seen on television, she was by Eddie's side, and she was getting involved in the Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, I'm Your Papi storyline. Kind of awkward on television. Obviously, once Eddie passed, they kept her on payroll to help feed her family, and I think that was a tremendous thing the WWE did. And she became one of the most influential and infamous SmackDown general managers of all time. Who can forget her time with Edge, which really brought her out of her shell as a heel character. And, you know, she had lost a lot of weight over the years. She was doing the cougar thing, doing the excuse me thing. You know, a lot of people found her annoying and abrasive, but at the end of the day, she's a sweetheart, and she evolved and did a great job in her role as a heel manager and general manager. But after a 9-year run, we saw her exit on Raw against Stephanie McMahon. So, add Vicky Guerrero to that list as well. So, look at that, 17, 18 names that have left. Of course, Vicky Guerrero and Teddy Long left on their own accord. So, that's good to see. But at the same time, sad that so many people are losing their jobs with the WWE. Of course, this gives rise to opportunity, and with Josh Mathews gone, hopefully we'll see more with with Byron Saxton, with Renee Young, with Todd, what's his face, the guy who was the lead announcer for NXT. He's pretty good as well. He kind of reminds me of a young Joey Styles. So the WWE, as a guy who follows the announcers, a guy who went to school for media, would love to do that someday. I've always paid attention to the announcers. It's a shame that Josh Mathews was released. Stay classy, Josh Mathews. I'm sure you'll land on your feet. Maybe you'll go pursue that dream of being a wrestler finally, yeah? Anyway, this is Joe Passarelli Show. Stay tuned for This Week in Wrestling History, where I talk about the Chris Benoit murder-suicide 7 years later. You're not going to want to miss this, folks. Thank you for all the likes, subscriptions. Appreciate it. Subscribe.